morning, 6 a.m. Sunday, July 14th. Just woke up, allowed myself to sleep in a little bit, and now we're gonna go on a little bit of a morning run before church. So let's get it.
Bunny action.
Early morning run, gotta get it in. Gotta get it in while everybody's asleep. I don't typically do these, but sometimes you gotta change it up, surprise your body. Gotta keep going. Alright, so just wrapped up a 3-mile morning run. Beautiful day outside. I mean, just beautiful out here already. So that's awesome. But yeah, knocked it out. I don't normally do morning runs, but Sunday is my day where I do a long run, and that's the only workout that I do. So figured I'd just go ahead and knock it out this morning before church. It's interesting though, you'll be out, when it's beautiful like this, like sun's already shining, it's 7 in the morning, it's just a beautiful day, and there's other people out running, or walking their dogs, etc. And I try to bring positive energy to other people, get their day going. So I'll be running by them, and I'll say like, oh, good morning, wave to them as I run by. And it's just interesting the difference in people. Some people, they kind of casually just like, some people you get, big like, oh, good morning, right back to you. And then other people, they just tuck down and keep walking. They just completely ignore you, which, like, it's whatever. It doesn't offend me by any means. It's just interesting to me how some people are so just antisocial. Like, they just don't want to talk to anybody for any reason. And so I don't know. It's really interesting to me. Every time I go run, I try and say hello, good afternoon, good morning to people, and it's just interesting seeing the difference in people. And it's almost funny. You can kind of guess who is gonna respond which way. So I don't know. It's always interesting to me. But I'm about to take a shower and then probably get some work done. Church isn't till 9. It's still 7:30, so gonna get some work in real quick before church. Then we'll have church, and then probably work a while after that until lunch. And then we'll see where the day takes us. So morning run, check. Shower and work up next. Obviously got to get the reels going, create a logo, and I think that they definitely still have a place on the main page, maybe. Working at the desk, different things like that. So right now is obviously just getting content out there, getting eyeballs, and then as we get better, we'll start refining it more. Nothing else, then I guess we'll both get to building, get to work.
Time to build, kid.
All right, I'll talk to you later.
All right, sounds good. We'll
See
see
ya.
you.
It's my first day actually going into the office, so that'll be an experience, but still just doing training stuff, so nothing too major going on right now. Sipping on a coffee pre-work. So in my coffee, I put a little bit of grass-fed butter and vanilla collagen protein from Ancient Nutrition, and then a little bit of MCT oil. And so the reason for the butter and the MCT oil is good fats. You want good fats, especially in the morning to get your brain going. When you're fasted, you want good fats because your brain works off cholesterol, which is a fat. So if you feed it good fats, it loves it, and it makes you have better clarity, think faster, more sharp. So definitely want to do that. And then the collagen, I always put 2 scoops just to get some good collagen. Helps with your bones, joints, hair, fingernails. It helps, with the things that a regular whey protein wouldn't help with, if that makes sense. And oftentimes we don't get enough collagen in our diets, so you gotta supplement it. But anyways, enough of the science lesson. So something as I've started this work that I've already realized very quickly the truth to how people mention that it's just so difficult to have time for other things while working in the corporate world. I'm really enjoying my job thus far, so don't get me wrong. The people are great. I'm excited to start actually doing work, but to be able to balance working while also creating content, which, yes, I at this point have less than 10 subscribers, but for somebody like me who wants to try and produce quality and be consistent with it, it's a little difficult, I can't lie, in terms of time. Not getting clips because I'm not doing too much right now, but that'll become more difficult as my other businesses grow. But anyways, so corporate job, content creation, health, so cooking and fitness, whether it be stretching, lifting, running, whatever. And then on top of that, also studying for the CPA exam, which is by no means an easy task. Realistically, I would love to be able to put in at minimum 2 hours a day, which is very difficult considering wake up at 5:30. I've pushed my wake ups to 5:30. Get done working out, showering and everything at 7:30. Got to be at work at 9, so I could get 30 minutes in, maybe, because it's a 15-20 minute drive. But at the same time, it might not be worth it to do that because you're not getting a deep focus, might inhibit the ability to truly comprehend since it's very deep subject matter. And then work from, say, 9 to 5, the traditional, get home, cook, 6 o'clock, go to bed at 9. That's a 3-hour window, which yes, gives me time to study, but if I have an evening run, I gotta fit that in. But then also, you gotta have some relaxation time, or else your brain will be so exhausted from the workday that you won't be able to output quality into the CPA and other things. So I don't know, that's something I've been struggling with, and I don't mean for it to be a pity party by any means. It's just something that I gotta adjust to, and I have to fight through it. I mean, that's kind of the only solution, if you ask me. Because in order to live the life that I want to live, balancing work and the work-life balance, as they call it. It's the buzzword that you always hear. It's just not going to be a thing, you know? I believe it's Tim Grover has a quote from a podcast on Diary of the CEO, I believe it is. He says that people like Jordan, like Kobe, the truly great people at what they do, it wasn't a balance. You don't have work-life balance and be great. That's just not how it is. And I guess you could call it your own balance because it works for you, but truly it's not a balance. It's pedal to the metal all the time. So that's just something I've been struggling with comprehending lately, and getting into my mind that that's what I got to do. That's what it takes to get where I want to be. So yeah, so try to be vulnerable as I'm on this journey to success. So that's where I'm at right now. And you know, it'd be funny, in 3 years time I'll come back and look at this video and I'll have said all of this, and then I'll look at myself then, I'll be like, well, what worked best for me was not having that work-life balance. It was pushing through, just grinding. So just gonna keep building, keep grinding. Yeah, so gonna go have a day, gonna crush it. Let's go. Out here, afternoon run. I gotta be honest, it's one of these days where I'm just not feeling it at all, but gotta get it in. Horrible recovery. Still went and worked out this morning, getting our 2-a-day in, so don't stop, to keep going. Every day, consistency compounds. All right, so post-run, getting a little meal in. Got some chicken thighs right here. Finished 2 of them already. And then we just got some regular broccoli over there. So I always like running on an empty stomach versus being full. Which feels better to me. Just took a few shots of honey before I ran. Got after it. So just a little meal. You know, it's pretty good. Had to eat later than I like, just because had some work obligations till around 6:30, but it all works out. So been a good week so far. 2/5 of the way down. I don't know, something that's been on my mind is just the time commitment. So you hear about building a side hustle on side of your regular 9-to-5 job, which great idea in theory, but once you start actually putting it into practice, it's a lot more difficult than you'd think. It's because there's only so many hours in the day, and if you're still going to try and get good recovery, eat well, it's hard to find the time. So I don't know, what's been on my mind lately is just the whole, at what point do I go all in, you know? So obviously I don't think it's anytime soon, because I'm still figuring everything out. I still technically haven't even started my job. I'm still in training. So it's definitely a far ways out before I have to go to the all-in scenario, but it's just kind of what's on my mind right now, because I don't know, when you have big dreams and big aspirations, it takes time, you know, and right now I'm scared that I'm not gonna be able to give the time to what I want, just because of my other obligations. So that's just kind of what's on my mind lately, past couple days, and I'm sure I'll figure it out, and I'll have to just make some sacrifices, and eventually I'll have to, you know, take that step over the edge, take, you know, nosedive off the cliff to just go all in on what I want to do, but I don't know. I'm not sure when that'll be. We'll just have to keep figuring life out. You know, it's day by day, just like anything. So that's just what's been on my mind lately, and it's good to be good for me to be vulnerable on these videos, because if anybody ends up watching these, you know, they know that other people are possibly going through what they're going through, but also it helps me to get my thoughts out, and one day I'll look back at it, like I say in most videos, and just laugh at where I was, and the little problems that I have now they'll just be so minuscule compared to what I'm dealing with then. And so I don't know, but just gotta take it day by day. I feel like I've been saying that a lot, which it's a little repetitive, but it's also just where I'm at mentally right now. I can't look, I'm always going to be looking ahead, but I can't be looking so far ahead that I'm not focusing on what I need to get done right now. So I think it's just for me trying to find that balance of focusing on my aspirations, but also the task at hand. So I don't know, that's just what I'm going through right now. But I'm going to get back to this food before it gets cold. Got one more chicken thigh and some broccoli left, so just got to keep building day by day, brick by brick, getting better and better. So I'll see y'all